Welcome to another episode of Barman Saturdays, and this week I decided to take a look at the Sign of Four. So yeah, it's a bit of a double feature this week. And yeah, I got the Sign of Four in this legendary detectives collection, which comes with 20 movies. 20 movies, people. I could spend almost half a year covering movies from this collection if I wanted to. Yeah. And it comes with 5 digitally remastered DVDs. Digitally remastered! Which means they look like crap. Yep, I suppose that's a bit of a surprise twist there, but let's face it, most of the films in this collection are from the early 30s and late 40s, with one oddball from 1958. And to be honest, I'm guessing most of these films, if not all of them, are public domain movies, so we're looking at a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy probably that's been digitally remastered, so the fact that the video quality is a bit blurry in places and has artifacts, from all the copying, so you got random noise popping up sometimes, and then you got some audio issues here and there probably, is not a surprise whatsoever. Though I think a lot of my issues with listening to what was being said in The Sign of Four was probably the thick British accents in some places. Like, they're just so thick you could cut them with a knife. Like, unbelievably thick. It would makes them a bit difficult to understand at points. I mean, not so much you can't get the gist of the conversation, but you're like, that word just threw me for a loop, now let me catch back up movie. Um, but where this film fails, for this 1932 adaptation, which is actually pretty early for a talkie, first talkie came out in 1927, so this is like half a decade later, so this is still relatively new technology for some people, I'm sure, when it first came out, even if this is a B movie, so I'm guessing the technology had gotten a lot cheaper by that point. But as a detective movie, the film takes an odd turn. Instead of introducing us to Sherlock Holmes at the start of the film on Baker Street, we get hit with all the flashbacks at the start of the movie. So we're being presented with events in the chronological order they happened. We're not being presented with information as it's presented to Holmes or as he deduces what happened. Which makes the story not really work that well as a mystery, because we already know all the answers right from the get-go. And I suppose you could argue, since this is an adaptation of, a Sir Conan Doyle book, The Sign of Four, most people that will have went to watch this probably already knew all the answers anyway, so it may not have been that big of a deal to present the events in chronological order, but it definitely hurts the mystery, if you haven't read the book and you're not already going into it knowing what's going to happen. Since you're now being presented with everything at the start of the film, there's no mystery to be had here. We have a detective story, but not a mystery. And it doesn't really work as a thriller because it's just not violent or gory enough, and there's just not that much, going on in terms of action. I mean, we got our big, shootout and fisticuff fights, at the end, with Holmes and Watson taking on the criminals, and hand-to-hand combat and pulling out firearms to shoot at them. But that's not enough, and the chase scene we have when they're on the boats is shot so poorly that I honestly don't know what's going on for the most part, other than, oh, here goes a boat. Oh, there goes another boat with the criminals in it. Close up on the other boat now again. Jump to the other boat. Like, what's happening? Can they see them? What's going on? Like, for the most part, they're not even talking. You're just watching boats whizzing by on the water. So you're like, exciting? So yeah, as a thriller, it doesn't work. As a detective story, it can't work because there's no mystery for us to really solve, as we're going along with Sherlock. And the fact they don't introduce him until about 20 minutes in the film is also rather odd. Because in most detective stories, you're introduced to detectives fairly early on, then you're presented with, the mystery. If you get any front-loading at all, it's like, oh, there was a murder, and we get to see, how it happened, but we don't know why it happened. So yeah, with this film, we basically know everything that's going to happen for the most part, and we already know what did happen. So yeah, this is definitely not a film I'd recommend. But some would argue, there's the classic charm there of a black and white film, and I can't deny there's a certain charm to it, just because, the simplicity. It's from a simpler time when you didn't have CGI effects everywhere, and, it's a nice thing to get away from them sometimes. But I have to admit, the fighting scenes do look a bit wonky, at least when it comes to the hand-to-hand stuff. Till next time, then. See ya.
What I always says is, Mr. Holmes, an ounce of practice is worth a ton of theory.
Yes, I've heard you say it.